Hello, I'm going to do a quick battle report here, doing out a test game for one of my compadres here. We are playing Mike. He's going to be going to Winter Incursion soon, so he's testing out a 2,400 point warriors list. So it's, for those people who don't know the rules, pack for it's just straight up Battleline. There's a bit of comp in there, but we're not getting too deep into that now. So I'll give you a brief shot of the table. I'm sorry for those who've got really loud speakers as well. You can probably hear Star Wars on the TV upstairs, but that's my other half for you. Okay, I'll go through my list. I'm playing Dark Elves, again, sorry for proxies and stuff, but there's a unit Harpies at the front there, followed by a Cold One Knight unit. There's 2 Dreadlords in there, one of them is my general, that silver one. Then that's a Cauldron of Blood, BSB of course. That's 15 Spear Elves, apologies again. There's another unit of 35 Spear Elves there and another 35 Spear Elves there, both with 2 units of Harpies in front of them. Each one of those units have a level 2 wizard in them. This one's got an extra spell from the Tomb of whatever it's called. That book gives her an extra spell. So the one with 3 spells has got Pit of Shades, Occam's and the Withering. The one with 2 spells has Enfeebling Foot and Mystifying Miasma. My opponent's list, what we got, Mike?
5 Marauder Horsemen, Marcus Slanesh Flails.
Cool.
5 Dogs, 18 Warriors of Chaos, Mark Nurgle. 18 Warriors of Chaos, Mark Zinch with BSB and level 4 on Heavens. Level 4 has Thunderbolt, Comet, Chain Lightning, Harmonic Convergence and Ice Shard Blizzard.
Cool.
Empty base is a Hell Cannon.
Of course.
18 Warriors of Chaos, Mark Corn. 5 Dogs, another Hell Cannon.
And then hiding there.
Level 1 Zeech on disc with Flickering Fire.
Cool. We'll dice off a first turn. Why not? Let's get a bit of suspense. Do it on the camera. I get +1 because I managed to set up first. So I don't know what that is. I got a 1. Oh, well, I got absolutely caned there, didn't I? Okay, so it looks like Mike's getting first turn. I'll come back to you at the middle of that's middle of turn 1 there. So obviously the warrior's just upped a bit, advanced forward, no charges. He flew around to there, trying to get up to here. Magic Phase came about. He Flickering Fired the unit of Harpies I had kicking about there and killed them all. The sorcerer in that unit there cast Chain Lightning over here on the small unit of 15 Spear Elves, but thankfully they were within 12 of my Ring of Hotek, so even though he failed to cast, he did roll 2 1s and miscast. Thankfully, what was it? Strength 6 hit to every model that could generate power and dispel dice he rolled on that one.
Yep.
And both got away with wards and charmed shields and things like that, so nothing too bad for him there. Shooting Phase came about. That Hell Cannon missed. That one misfired, then rolled for Zap. Which means every model, every wizard miscasts. Mine and his. So that level 4 is now a level 2 Dinkus. That one over there took a wound, I think, from the put the small blast template on him. Mine rolled 7 and just killed a couple of elves. My other level 2, however, cascaded, killed herself and killed 15 elves alongside with her. So yeah, interesting shooting phase there. That's it. Come back to you at the bottom one. That's the bottom of turn 1 for the Dark Elves there. So we advanced up. The Harpies charged those puppies, and the other unit of Harpies charged those puppies. Everyone else shifted forward a wee bit. Magic came about. I managed to roll a massive 3 dice. Went for a Power of Darkness from the wizard there, which he then failed to dispel, so it got me up to 5 versus his 1. I then put a Pit of Shades on what was that Hell Cannon over there. Irresistibly cast it, killed the Hell Cannon, but then obviously took a wound on the wizard for the miscast as well. That was it pretty much. Combat came about, my Harpies just fluffed it there, killed 1 dog, then fled, so they're currently here. These girls kicked ass, but on the other hand, they're still right next to their general. They passed the leadership check, so stuck there for a little bit. That's it, we'll come back to you in a bit. Right, that was the top of turn 2. Shenanigans as always. The puppies charging at the flank of my Cold One Knights. That was it for charges. The Marauders shifted around the back and everything else kind of just shifted about a wee bit. Magic Phase, he went for, what was it, Chain Lightning again?
Ice Shard Blizzard.
Ice Shard Blizzard on the Cold One Knight unit, that was it. But again, managed to not actually cast the spell and miscast at the same time because of the Ring of Hotek. So took another miscast to the face, bless him. He likes doing that. He killed a couple of knights there with the small blast that went off on that. I forgot to say there's Marauders, one of them sank in the swamp as it ran through there as well. Shooting, the Hell Cannon shot up here and hit my, well, tried to hit the Cold One I'm having issues speaking here. The Cauldron of Blood. It scattered 10 inches massively right in the middle of my Cold One Knight unit and actually killed 2 of the Cold One Knights. They were not killed by puppies. I stand by that. They did not die to puppies. They died to a hell cannon to the face.
Right.
Yeah, they did. Combat came about. I had issues killing said puppies. They stuck about, jammy gits. And yeah, even though I killed 2 and they only had a leadership, they passed and they stuck there. So I'm a bit, not worried, but up the creek a little bit there. Yeah. Oh, aye, and his wizard came around back here. Forgot about that. That's it. I'll get back to you the bottom of turn 2 in a minute, the Dark Elf turn. That was the bottom of 2. Some more, just moving up. So the Spear Elf units all shifted up a wee bit. And the Harpies flew from over there trying to block these Tzeentch warriors off here. The Harpies that were fleeing rallied. And then my magic phase came about. Rolled a mighty 9. Went for a Pit of Shades off on that Hell Cannon there. He Dispel Scrolled it. Then got a Power of Darkness off, which got me another 2 dice back into my pool. Went to Occam's that Spear Elf unit there, but failed to cast it unfortunately, even with 5 dice. So not a lot you can do. Don't do the shooting phase thing. Combat came about. I killed the puppies this time, but I've kind of left myself open to a charge for some nurgling warriors and stuff there. Not much I can do about that, and that is it. So that's the table at the bottom of turn 2. Bit hectic in the middle there. I like it when everyone just runs up for a fight. It's always good. Anyway, back in a bit. That was warrior number 3 then. Messy. Combined charges. So the Nurgle warriors and the Slaaneshi horsemen went into the Cold One unit there. The Tzeentch warriors charged the Harpies that were stood there, and the Tzeentch wizard here charged the warrior unit that was stood there. They fled and went through everything, took a couple of danger terrain checks and killed a couple of guys off and ran off up there. The Cornate warriors charged the Spear Elves that were stood there. Magic phase came about and was pretty much a no-blower for him. Obviously he didn't want to cast too many spells because his wizard was right next to my ring, so yeah, he knew about that and didn't bother. Kept it low. Shooting. Did you shoot with that thing? I forgot what you shot at.
Yeah, I shot it. Scattered off your warriors onto my disc, but
didn't do out. He managed to ward save it, so he took a hell cannon to the face. That was it. Combat came about. Obviously, the Cornate warriors just shredded them poor elves. They fled and were not caught, thankfully. But yeah, absolutely murdered them. The Tzeentch warriors murdered the Harpy unit, then overran into the Cauldron of Blood. And then this was an interesting combat phase. I spanked his Nurgle warriors and they ran away. But the horsemen stuck about somehow. And yeah, I couldn't chase after them, which was interesting. So, git. That's all I can say for that there. Anyway, I'll come back to you at the bottom of 3 in a minute. Hopefully I can pull this back a wee bit. That was the bottom of 3. Just a little bit of shifting. Didn't do any charges. Oh, tell a lie. Those Harpies declared a charge on that Nurgle warrior unit that was there, which then fled a bit further up the table. I rallied those Spear Elves. Those Spear Elves down there also rallied. I couldn't declare a charge with them because that guy was locking me off and I couldn't actually see line of sight, which is why that's still there. Let's whip that out. 2 of the Tzeentch warriors that were there. Magic phase came about. Couldn't really cast any decent spells because the Ring of Hotech was scuppering myself a little bit there. Too close to it. So tried to get a withering off on them, which he dispelled. Shooting was a no-go still. Combat came about. I killed the Slaaneshi horseman that was stood there. Reformed round. The warriors murdered my poor flipping cauldron. Absolutely butchered the poor thing. And yes, that was it. Top of turn 4 coming up in a second. And that was warrior number 4. I got butchered. The Tzeentch warriors charged the flank of that Spear Elf unit. The Cornate warriors charged the front of it. Yeah, it got messy. They rallied up there, did the Nurgle warriors, and Magic phase came about. Magic didn't do anything. He was just outside the range of the Ring of Hotech, and he tried to debuff the leadership with the Ice Shard Blizzard on the warrior on the Spear Elf unit there, but I managed to dispel it with the double 6, thankfully. Shooting phase, he misfired with the Hell Cannon again and ate all its crew, so that's had lunch now. It's now leadership 5 for its frenzy checks. And then in combat, I got butchered. They ripped me apart, which is funny that, you know, when you get charged in the flank and in the front by some Warriors of Chaos. The wizard got slapped, the champion got slapped, everything else got slapped. I used They were still sticking about but weren't steadfast because of one model in the Cornet unit. Gits. I had Cold-Blooded on the banner, but failed it, so they ran away and got caught by the Cornet Warriors and was eaten fully. So not looking good for us poor Dark Elves here. Back in my 4. Right, that was Dark Elf 4. The Night Bus here declared a charge on the Tzeentch Warriors that were hanging about here. They fled. Wimps. So then they redirected into the side of that unit there. The Fleers went over there. Up here the Harpies flew up inside in front of the Hell Cannon, hoping it'll fail its leadership check and go after them. And they're up there just, I don't know, toying with some Nurgle things and hoping they don't die next turn. No magic because all my wizards are dead. Combat came about. Not much happened. I wrecked the side of his unit when I charged, but he butchered the elves in return, so I actually ended up losing combat by 1, but we stuck about, thankfully. He's still frenzied though, which sucks. Anyway, Warrior 5, back in a bit. Okay, that was Warrior number 5. They charged the Spear Elf unit that was up there. That thing failed its leadership check and went for the Harpies. Magic phase he passed on, funnily enough. Oh, he rallied as well. They rallied, and then he parked that guy in front of him. Magic phase was passed on. Shooting phase he couldn't do it because that thing went batshit crazy. It killed the Harpies in combat. They, funnily enough, smacked the crap out of them Spear Elves, which fled to there. Over here, I butchered him in the side, but he butchered the Spear Elves that were left, so he ended up winning combat again by 1. I stuck about, he reformed, pointing towards me. My turn 5, back in a minute. That was my 5 then, short and sweet. They failed to rally, so kept running. Every other phase was skipped, went straight to combat over here. Butchered him. The Dreadlords just killed all 6 of them to the man before he could even strike back, and then they just pointed that way a bit, so ready to get a charge from them. Turn 6 now. I think this is closer than it looks, but I think Warriors still have it in the edge. We'll see how it goes though. Back in a minute. And that was Warrior turn 6. Of course that thing went batshit again. Overran trying to get them, but was too short, so I didn't actually catch them. His Warriors decided to turn around and leg it. Wimps. And he parked that guy in front. Knowing I had the Ring of Hotech in there, he then put 5 dice in the magic phase into casting Flickering Fire on them, obviously gunning for the miscast. Thankfully he rolled a 7 on the miscast chart, and you know, I'm not in base contact with him, so it didn't do out. But we have an issue now. To get some points I have to kill them. What a pity. Anyhow, back in a minute. Dark Elf 6. And that was it there. It was a fantastic turn from the Dark Elves. They didn't rally, they kept running. I thought, haha, let's be funny. My Dreadlord will charge out of the unit at this here, knowing that he would have to challenge him, knowing he's got the Pendant Kill, the 1+ armor save, and Strength 5. Fairly good chance of getting at least 100 points from his General or his BSB. Typically, I rolled 1 inch short of actually making the charge. I rolled on 3 dice. That. You can see it there. Yeah, so didn't make it. Never mind. But that's it. I think that failed charge is giving it in the bag. I'll come back to you in a couple of minutes for the actual totals, but I think the Warriors have won this. Back in it. There we go. So we totted it up. I've got just over 1,000 points left on the table, you won't believe. Them 3 guys and that Cold One Night Bus unit. But the victory margin in the end for the Warriors was 990 points. He spanked me. He absolutely caned me. So, what can you do? Any thoughts, Mike? Have your face on the camera?
Yeah, good game. Not as close as it looks, but shame to have to flee 2-3 turns or run away with the Tzeentch Warriors. Not what you're doing, but points denial.
It's what you're playing though. It's a tournament game, fella. You don't sit there and feed points to things. It's a bit silly. I was underimpressed with the Spear Elves. I think I need to get some Corsairs in somewhere, just for something with a lot of attacks. Relying far too much on trying to get Mind Razor off, and then obviously the wizard that had it killed himself first turn. So yeah, what can you do? Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed watching it, guys. Actually, before we go off, have some close-ups of some of Mike's painting work here. I don't know if it's going to show up any well. I don't know what his camera's like, but it's not bad. His dead pile. Whee! So yeah, just drop us some comments in the link at the bottom under the YouTube stuff, or pop a post underneath or whatever. Thanks for watching.